Tuesday, October 22nd, 2019. This is About Last Night. I am joined this morning by my guest, my brother from another mother, the Groovinator from Raiders of the Lost Flicks. How you doing, Groove?
Meep.
It is one of those days. We're both a little tired and just kind of meh. And the Star Wars trailer. I'm still wearing the same hoodie I wore last night. This is About Last Night. I just woke up and I was like, there it is. I'm just throwing this back on.
I bought this shirt back when Rogue One came out. I haven't bought anything Star Wars since then, dude.
Oh, I've got video footage I have to edit from after Triple Force Friday, the display at my local Walmart, which not very much. I'll edit that up and throw
I forgot to even look at my Walmart. I was just there like 2 days ago, and I forgot to even fucking bother to go over there and look. I got used to them just not having anything, and I stopped looking after a while.
Okay, so the Rise of Skywalker trailer, the final trailer dropped last night. We covered it on the show as soon as it was available on YouTube. We showed it live. My God, what are I have no idea what they're trying to do with that, and I can see how there would be 6 possible edits for this because that is a jumbled mess of what the was that. Like, that's all it was.
I know I say this on my streams a lot and on my show and in my videos. The object of a trailer is to entice somebody to come watch my movie.
Mm-hmm.
Come see us. We're a good show. Not doing it. It's not working.
Not
working.
I don't
You watch this trailer and it's not, at least it's not all member berries, but you're even more confused than you were going into it. You're thinking to yourself, where in the hell do they possibly think they're going to go with this? And it looks like they're just first draft, making it up as they go. Like they're like, fuck it, this is our last movie. Let's just do whatever. Let's just throw it all in there. The kitchen sink and everything.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like. I mean, you've got, of course, they heavy focus on Rey, which is so meh at this point.
Why doesn't she ever get a new costume? Can Disney not afford to get her a new costume? Is there a reason why she's always wearing the same outfit all the time?
I have no idea, but she has to smell
remember Luke Skywalker? He always had a different costume in every movie.
Yeah.
The Return of the Jedi costume, which was always the best one, and then the Empire Strikes Back fatigues and No, Rey always the same outfit on.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever changed her outfit, has she?
No.
Not even when they were at the
she wore that outfit in the desert and
Starkiller Base.
Yeah, Starkiller Base and all the dumb shit that happened in
The Last Jedi.
Unless she's just got several different variations of the same outfit. But remember fucking Padme Amidala and Phantom Menace had like 18 fucking costumes in that movie alone?
Yeah.
And then every other single movie, she had all these other different costumes. What? I don't know why I'm focusing on costumes, but I just, you know what I mean? It's like just those little expectations you had watching Star Wars movies that Lucas had set up, and not doing none of that. Nope, just going to have the same outfit, print, recycle, repeat, move on.
It's cheap. It looks cheap to me. Them never doing anything, changing her look up at all. It looks cheap. I laughed when they showed Rose Tico. I'm like, they showed her for like 2 seconds. Like, and poor Kelly Marie Tran. Like, I honestly feel kind of bad for her because she does seem like a sweet person, but my God, what a fucking shitty,
I feel bad
character.
Honestly, I'm glad you brought that up. I feel bad for every actor involved in the shit circus. They probably thought that they were signing on for something great. They wanted to have action figures made out of them. I would imagine that that's every actor's dream.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody in high school, aspired to become peg warmers when they grew up. You know what I mean? No. It's like, I want to be an action figure, but nobody wants to be a fucking action figure that's a peg warmer. It's not something you aspire to be, I don't think.
General, what's his name? General Nadine, or General Nadine. He's probably dancing all over the place now if the guy's still alive.
Yeah, I don't know if the guy's still alive.
Because he's like, I've been surpassed as the best, is the most popular peg warmer in the entire franchise by
least
either,
popular peg warmer.
yeah, either Rose Tico or Ray. I mean, shit. I've got footage. I was at the or was it wholesale merchandise outlet, right? Like not even 400 yards from my house. I walk down this hill and there's a plaza, and there's this merchandise outlet, and freaking there's like what 12, 13, 14 Jyn Ursos. We're talking, and then there's they have, this is like where Disney merchandise goes to die. There's like 37 Elastigirls. You're talking like, what is it? One of the Amazons from Wonder Woman. There's like 40 of her, and it's like,
oh, yeah, the one that trained her, right?
Yeah, I think it is her. I mean, it's just like,
she was a cool character too.
I'm like, what
I like that movie. Yeah,
they just mass produce the shit out of these things.
I mean, yeah, every toy line has a couple of peg warmers. I mean, it's hard to tell which one's going to be which.
Yeah. It's General Hux too.
With this one, it seems to be like the least popular characters, and then like with the God, I'm not awake. With the Last Jedi line, I was looking for the words to finish that sentence. The Last Jedi line. It's almost like all of the toys. All of them. Just all of them were peg warmers. The whole fucking lot were peg warmers.
They still, like, I'm laughing because they're still asking, like, these new action figures, right? They want like $13 a piece for these pieces of shit. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I'll look at my card back from my 1983 TIE Fighter pilot up here that I got from Return of the Jedi. It was, it hurts to turn around, but
I knew that they were in bad shape with the toys,
a couple bucks.
I collect not quite as many toys as our boy Sal, but I was a huge Star Wars collector, especially with the Power of the Force line. I mean, I bought every motherfucking one of those things that came out, and to so much to the point that I had to sell a lot of it when I moved to Florida because I just had no room to put everything. I'm like, okay, I have to cut this down significantly. I have too much stuff, and I had to liquidate a lot of that, and carded figures and things like that. I just had too many of them, and those toys were built well. They had a lot of articulation, and not too long after Disney bought Star Wars, I saw the first batch of figures, and they were like, I don't know, what do we call them? Like reshots, like just reproductions of the originals, And I seen the first one I seen was like Luke in the Jedi outfit, and they took away all of the articulation and raised the price. I'm like, oh no.
Yep.
That's what Disney does. They take away and they raise the price. They're like Apple in technology. You know what I mean? Like, well, you don't need a fucking headphone jack, but we're going to raise the price to $200 because it's new. It's like,
now you have to buy wireless headphones that are going to cost you an arm and a leg.
You have to buy our wireless.
And they're only compatible with Apple.
The other ones are not going to work properly. Yeah, because Apple. Apple.
I proudly, I've never purchased an Apple technology product, and I never will.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till when we do the toy stream with Sal. But I have like one of the few figures that I bought from the Disney line is they had a really nice looking action figure of Leia Organa in the Empire Strikes Back uniform, like when she's escaping from Hoth. You know? And I thought it was a really good looking action figure, and I bought it and I took it home. And I sat it up on, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, something's wrong with this, And then I have like two other Hoth Leias from like the original line, and I pulled those out and looked at them. I'm like, holy shit! I'm standing them up next to it, and it's like, here's like the original, and then here's the new one. It's like there's like a huge height difference. I'm like, why is she so tiny? She looks like a child. Like a fucking gnome, like the original 3 3/4 inch line. And then I went and I pulled out R2D2, like one of my many R2D2 figures, sat it up, stood Leia right next to R2D2, the same height. I'm like, are they even fucking trying with this shit? You know, it's like I liked that figure until I got home and took it out of the package, and I'm like, oh,
They did that with
what did you do?
what is it? Jin Urso and Ray. They made them both like old because I bought a Ray. Like I was like, I'm gonna buy it when it comes out because it was like the Force Awakens. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy some of these figures, you know. And I did. I bought Ray and I have Finn and Poe and General Hux. Um, and that is, and I bought Old Man Luke, which I gave all those to Trey now. And it's funny when we play with the figures, he takes all the new ones and he sets them aside and won't play with them.
And that tells you everything you need to know right there. Yeah,
Yep.
the child's mind is the ultimate selling product because they always say, "Well, these are made for children."
Yep.
You know, this is a movie for children, and they're the ones that are going to be buying the toys. So if they're not buying the toys, then you're doing something wrong.
Yep. And I gave him, I gave him a vintage Empire Strikes Back Han Solo because I have 3 of them. So I gave him one and he thinks that's like the coolest figure. And the stormtroopers and the clones, he loves those. You know,
Yeah, Bespin Han was my favorite growing up. That was definitely my favorite action figure. I just thought he was cool as hell.
Wait,
That was the one with the long jacket.
Okay, yeah. The Bespin Han.
Brown pants, blue jacket. Yeah. I always loved that figure the most. I just thought that was the coolest fucking outfit. I like that more than the one with the vest.
Yeah, because I've got the vest one, and that's like called the quote unquote. I got one of the big head Hans.
So did I.
He's odd look. He looks like Dwight Schrute. He's got a fucking bobblehead.
He does. It's funny. This really weird fucking giant head. But the difference is kind of where I was going with this is they 3D print these figures now off of the actual actors. Okay, the original figures they used to have to fucking sculpt them. You know, they made a mold and they sculpted it, and then once they got the design down, so that Power of the Force line, you really had like a fucking work of art there. Like they had to make those things look lifelike, the old-fashioned sculpt way before they mass-produced them. Now they're just 3D printing the actors, making it into a fucking action figure and fucking printing those off, and the sizes are all fucked up.
Yeah, there's like no.
Why would you take away the articulation? Half of the fun of those whole line was to be able to pose them, and you know, I'm talking like an adult, but even as a kid, you know, I discovered articulation with GI Joe figures. I'm like, holy shit, they can. Their arms can go back and forth. You can do shit. You can make them hold guns and stuff. You know, I mean, just cheap, overpriced junk. And then they can't move this stuff. It's easier. You're seeing all this shit in the Dollar Generals and the clearance joints, you know?
Yep. It's bad. It is. They like I said, man, one of our like my kid's godparents got him the Last Jedi oh god, what is it? One of the base play sets, like with Snoke's throne room and everything, and it came with Snoke and a Praetorian Guard, and he'll ask me to use mine instead, like my old Hoth base and stuff like that.
Those old Hoth bases, I had both of those. Those things were fucking dope.
I've got 2 of them. One of them is the regular Hoth base. I bought them both incomplete. I got them a little bit cheaper. They're just missing like minor parts. But another one I got is custom painted brown, and I use it for my Jabba the Hutt setup.
Neat.
Which I don't know if you saw that video that Sal just released on his channel, 2 Cents Toys. There's a plug.
I'm behind on all of my videos. I haven't even seen some of your videos. I haven't been able to make even my own videos, so I apologize. I'm very behind in YouTube.
Well, I was just gonna say he did a great review of that Jabba's throne room set that they're selling now, and I'm like, that is one that if I find it in the wild, I'm gonna scoop one up. Just because I just want that for my display.
Well, that's cool that they made something good, because the only Jabba's throne room that I had was the old school one where he's just sitting on the little flat, you know.
That's what I have.
I had this one that I had to send off to get it through the fan club. It was a fan club exclusive. It was it was 3D, but it was made out of cardboard. His throne room, so you had to fold it together, and then you could put your fucking figures in there, and it was actually pretty legit. Like it looked really good. And I used to have like all these dioramas. That's how many fucking figures I had. A big house, and I had fucking dioramas everywhere in my fucking condo, and
nice.
I had to get rid of a lot of that stuff. So
I know I'm about to hang up some of my planes from the ceiling in my office, especially my I got the ARC 170 That is my favorite plane, probably in all the Star Wars movies.
That is
man.
pretty cool. Yeah,
the-
I kind of wanted one of those, and they were selling for like quite a bit. I was like, holy shit, they want like $130 for that. Fuck.
Well, I had one guy when I got back into collecting Star Wars, and I made a lot of friends through the Star Wars collectors community, and it slowly started to dissipate once my disdain for The Last Jedi came to the surface. But one of the guys I met
Happened to me too, man. A lot of the groups that I was in,
I got kicked out.
I got to go. Yeah,
I got kicked out of groups because I was like, I don't like The Last Jedi.
you're just a hater.
You're a fucking hater. You're an incel. You're a man baby. You're a racist. I'm like, it's a stupid movie. I'm like, it's bad. It's objectively bad. I'm like, you show me one area where that movie is equal or better than.
That's what Disney effectively did. They turned all the fans on each other.
Yep.
And it's made it so painful now to where we can't even be excited about Star Wars because we associate it with so many. I know you just said you got kicked out of a group. I lost legitimate friends that I had for years, even before we even liked Star Wars. Like they did that to me, like the incel, the bigot, and all that. I'm like, so you're calling me a bigot because I don't like a movie? What the fuck is wrong with you? I had that happen to me. I've never been associated with being a bigot. I didn't even know what a fucking incel was. I had to look it up.
Me too.
A what? You know, I'm like, fuck are you talking about? Why am I a bigot because I don't like a movie?
The first time
nobody called anybody a bigot when they didn't like the fucking Phantom Menace. I fucking loved it. I went out and saw that motherfucker 9 times in the movie theater when it came out. Nobody called me a fucking bigot. I didn't call anybody a bigot for not liking it. In fact, I got kind of used to people saying, the movie sucks. Jar Jar's stupid.
Yeah. Yep, Jar Jar's stupid.
I didn't defend him. I'm like, yeah, Jar Jar is kind of stupid, but there's also Darth Maul and a fucking pod race and this really kick-ass fucking, probably the best lightsaber duel in all of Star Wars. You know, all those things were still there. You know, I mean, I liked those things a lot. I liked seeing new Star Wars at the time. You know, I liked the fact that they did something different.
Why do you want me to not talk?
Well, because I'm live right now, buddy. I've got my rather diminutive co-host here with me. You're not going to be on camera though, buddy. Okay. No. Nope.
I just want to see your face on camera.
Let's say hi to Adam.
Hi, Adam.
He's waving to you. All right, goofball. Hey. You need help with anything? Watch the cord. You tickling me? All right. Go make sure the puppy's not eating your Star Wars, guys.
No, not this.
I know, we cleaned them up. This is sorry about that interruption, folks. This is what happens when you're a stay-at-home parent and your kid's on vacation for 2 weeks.
That was a word from our sponsor.
Yep. He's I said, here, buddy. I said, I don't ever like to give you your tablet this early in the day because normally we're playing or we're doing stuff if you're home. But I'm like, here's your tablet. You can, you know, he's chilling in his room watching his YouTube videos, and we watch. We're gonna watch the trailer here again. We're gonna kind of break this down. But I sat there with him this morning, like, hey, buddy. I was like, oh, the Star Wars trailer came out. I want you to watch it. And I really didn't say anything either way. And he watched it and nothing. Like literally 4 years old, loves Star Wars. Love Star Wars, dude. Like Phantom Menace is one of his favorite movies because his favorite character thus far has been Darth Maul.
And I don't know if it's because I've been soured as being a fan and gotten used to being beat up for having fucking opinions, you know. And I've gotten to the point to where you're always saying, well, it's 2019, you can't do this. 2019, you can't do that. Yep. I'm here to tell you it's 2019, and my fucking opinions mean more to me than my fucking very soul. I will hang on to them. I will fucking defend them. I'm tired of people telling me what I'm supposed to like, what I'm supposed to complain about, what I'm supposed to question. I will fucking tell you what the fuck I like. I'm a fan of Star Wars. Whatever this new stuff is not what I know. It's basically you putting on a fucking costume and saying, I'm Star Wars now. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
Y'all don't get it. This
Nope.
is not Star Wars.
No.
All right.
No. So you're talking about your opinion. So I'm not going to screen share it because I don't want to give away names and stuff. But so this is you're familiar with IGN. You were in a gaming deal.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so IGN made a post this morning, and it's the developers behind Marvel's Avengers have opened up about why Kamala Khan's lack of history makes her the perfect protagonist. Now, this is for the video game, okay? And for those of you familiar with the character of Miss Marvel, if you're not, she's a Muslim character, which is basically the only thing they prop her up on. If you've ever read any of her books, they prop her up on her religion and the fact that she's a devout Muslim, and her power is she has big fucking hands. That's her power. She has stretchy arms.
Would
and
you
big
say
hands.
she has man hands, Pete? It's our first
Would it-
Seinfeld reference.
Would it be better if she had hooks? Hooks might make it cool.
We're never gonna turn down the chance to make a Seinfeld,
Seinfeld reference. No, I'm gonna break down a couple episodes, like my favorite episodes of Seinfeld that I wrote some psych papers on.
I need to sit back and watch that fucker again. There's so many of them, and they're coming to Netflix, and I think I'm gonna stream all of them once they get on there because right now they're just always on TV.
So let's see. Now, and it's funny because there's a lot of people on this thread that are just like, and my initial comment was, got to check those diversity boxes because it's 2019. That's all I said. Okay. And I had the little eye roll emoji.
Oh my God, triggered.
Yep. And here comes this guy named Samuel. He says, Pete Nayuko. I just said my real name. Oh, well, fuck it. I don't care. He says 4 angry neckbeards. This guy would go down the list, and anytime anybody made a comment, he just calls him a neckbeard and assign him a number. Well, if you can see, my beard is very neatly trimmed. I mean, I have a big goatee, but there's nothing on my neck. It's very neatly trimmed and well groomed. So
this is kind of long right now, and I think I mentioned it. It's part of a Halloween costume. It's not really growing out the way I wanted it to, but whatever.
And so the next insult I got thrown at me was nice jeans in my profile picture, because it's when I was ring announcing, and I would wear like those distressed jeans down to the ring with a suit coat. And this particular show, I actually just got done hitting somebody with a stone cold stunner and basically get into a fight. So I had my suit coat off, and the company was called Apex Pro Wrestling. So I had an Apex Pro Wrestling t-shirt on, my $800 purple alligator shoes, and a pair of probably $150 jeans. And this is the comment I get: nice jeans. Like, that's an insult. I'm like, okay. And then I get this guy named Romar. She's a great character with a cool origin story and a freaky power set, but yet you love the boring Mr. Fantastic and the Fantastic Four. I never once made a comment about any characters that I liked. So this is what I get. And now my responses were, this guy Samuel, I said, draws insult from an SJW bag. You insulted blank, so you're neckbeard. Nice try. I said, she's a shitty character with a useless power set. Let's see, this Romar guy, I responded with, okay, your comment is so stupid it doesn't even need to be addressed, but it falls in line with the other cunts. And that's basically what I'm just calling them now. I'm just calling them a bunch of little cunts. I don't care. I'm like, I'm done. And then he responds with, yo mama. That's all he said to me, this Romar fella. So I said, draws another idiotic insult card because his feelings are hurt. Yo mama. Good job, Slapnuts. 1990 called, and in living color said, stop recycling their material.
That's even an insult in living color.
It is.
They would have come up with a way better mama joke than that. They
especially
built entire episodes around mama jokes.
The Dozens game. Remember the Dozens?
Right?
They played Dozens. Tommy Davidson. It'd be Tommy Davidson, like David Allen Greer.
Remember the one when Al Bundy, the guy that plays Al Bundy, came out, and he was like, they brought him out on a fucking throne, you know. He just kept rolling the fucking jokes out, like he was the fucking king of the mama jokes. I remember that. Yeah.
Yep. These people are just absolutely like attacking anybody. And it's so funny because there's so many people that are just going, oh, she's stunning and brave. That's why she's a lead character. It's so funny, dude. So like everybody,
you know what, man, they need to, okay, going forward, teachers, all right, schools, educational institutions, you need to make debating a required fucking.
Oh God, yes.
You need to understand that it's okay to argue without losing your shit on somebody. Not everybody has to fucking agree with you in life.
Yep.
That's why my opinions are so valued to me, because in my opinion, your opinion's the only thing that makes you different from the rest of the fucking herd, man.
Yep.
You decide what the fuck you like. Are you a leader or a follower at this point, you know?
And what really bugs me is when people say, well, I need to be able to speak my truth. Well, no, because there's only one truth, the truth. Your truth is your opinion. Okay. That's your truth is your opinion. That's fine. Everybody, you can, and that's everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But calling it your truth, calling your opinion your truth does not make it true. Does
And
not.
it's an example I could bring up recently because I have a movie group. All right, Raiders of the Lost Flicks, shameless plug. All right, I recently said that I don't like Rob Zombie movies.
Mhm.
Now the difference between my group and any other random horror group is that I posted the same thing in a horror group, I'd have been fucking massacred by now because people will defend the shit out of this guy. In my group,
Mhm.
people will just tell me why they like a thing. And that's the way old school discussions used to happen.
Yep.
Like, well, I like it because this, and that. And they say, well, why don't you like it? Well, I don't like it because Rob Zombie doesn't know what a fucking protagonist is.
Yeah.
And we say, okay. And then we move on with our lives. Nobody at each other's fucking throats. That's the difference between my group and any other random fucking horror movie group. People just can't have a discussion without going at each other's throats
Yep.
over differing opinions.
Yeah.
It's 2019.
Yeah. It's 2019. You're an
You can't
incel.
disagree with anybody. You either go one side or the other side. And if you don't, then I hate you and your whole fucking life.
Yep. I don't want to live in an echo chamber. I don't want to live in an echo chamber. And that's the thing. Like I hated Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I fucking hated them.
So did I, dude. I own 2 of them. And it's only because they're part of a set.
Yeah.
And I watched them again recently and I'm just like, why?
The first one is like, the second one is like, oh, like the whole thing with the white horse.
I don't know
like
what
the
was
ending of
going
that.
on in that. I felt like I was watching an episode of what the fuck's that show?
Outer Limits.
Yeah, there you go. Outer Limits.
That's kind of what it was like at the end. I'm like
Twin Peaks. Yeah, it's
Twin
like
Peaks.
I was watching a Twin Peaks episode, and I'm not into Twin Peaks, so Rob Zombie making Halloween into a Twin Peaks episode is even more fucking confusing. Just go back to making videos, dumbass. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In videos, you can put literally any fucking random images. If it looks cool with the music, it's a good video.
Yep.
If you don't have the music there and you're actually trying to tell a story,
doesn't work for him.
No,
doesn't work.
No.
No, I in the was it House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, 3 from Hell. I loved House of a Thousand Corpses. Devil's Rejects, I was kind of hit and miss on it because I thought it was so stupid to how like they made him survive.
And I didn't find out recently that was a trilogy. I came right into the Devil's Rejects and I instantly fucking hated it. And I've not seen House of a Thousand Corpses, but I have seen the 2 Halloween movies. And I'm at a point now where it's like anything with that guy's name attached to it.
I don't blame
you.
I
3 movies in. If you haven't gotten me after 3 fucking movies in your body of work, then so I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to say I'm watching the wrong ones.
No.
Well, no, because the Devil's Rejects is one of the ones that I see mentioned the most. So I figured if I sat and watched that, I'm like, well, maybe now I'll actually finally see a good Rob Zombie movie. And I still see the same pattern of shit that I've seen in the 2 Halloween movies. I'm like, nope, same fucking thing. Same problems.
I'll rent 3 from Hell when it comes out. I ain't going to the theater to watch it. I'll rent it when it comes out and watch it, but I really don't have any expectations for it. I did a trailer reaction to it, and I'm just like, I mean, if you're just into violence for the sake of violence, then these are the movies for you. But
when we were growing up, Pete, we had the fucking Faces of Death series for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no story, just go right to the violence. Just start mangling fucking people.
Yep, that shit was. Yeah, I used to rent those from the fucking videos. Faces
of Death. Too. I did. Guilty.
Traces of Death was the one that was like set to like all the heavy metal and shit like that, wasn't it? It was like the the deicide type music on there.
That was the trend, man. It's like if you were growing up in the 80s or even early 90s and you were like in your early teens, you were going to the video store and you were always going straight for the fucking horror section and looking for the goriest fucking thing you can possibly bring close to being a snuff film, and you'd bring that shit home and watch it. You know what? I'll throw you one more, Pete. There was a time in my life where I thought I watched an actual snuff film. I don't know if you remember this. It's funny when I talk about it now, but it makes me feel better just to talk about it. 9 Inch Nails had a video out floating around called the X-Files. And what it was a band video. And it was all the music from, like, I want to say the Broken album. And it was set to like this actual, supposedly marketed as an actual snuff film, and it's got like the music in the background.
Fatal J's in the house real quick. Hey,
what's up, Fatal?
Fatal J's in the house. What's up, man?
We watched his stream last night, him with Abu Nas. I was fucking losing my shit watching these guys, so we have to acknowledge that. But anyway, this video I found out I'll wrap it up real quick. Found out later that it was faked. You know what I mean? Like I was convinced that I had seen an actual snuff film, and then when I found out way later in my life that it was fake, I was just like, because I didn't want to experience that. You know, I for the longest time I thought I'd stared into the abyss. You know, and it's like, no, I don't want to do that. It was all promote. It was early viral marketing is all it was.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what I saw off air because I really don't want to. It was I don't think this was.
It's a relief when you find out something like that actually was fake. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
because I was just like really creeped out by that for years. You know,
I don't blame you because I'm still having nightmares about what the fuck I saw. So, let's screen share this and we'll watch this trailer and we'll kind of break it down because as if watching this dumpster fire once wasn't enough. We're going to do it again. All right, I'm going to turn the volume down here. All right, let's go full screen with her.
Fatal brought up a good point. He says Star Wars was trash and has never seen a bad Star Wars trailer before. That's true, because even the trailers for The Last Jedi had me excited. Although I will say that I was never excited for the trailers for Solo.
No.
None of those convinced me that was ever going to be a good movie at all. Like not one point I thought, yeah, maybe I want to go see that. No, from the concept, it just seemed like a dumb idea, and it was. I was right.
Yep. Solo. I watched that when it came out on Netflix, and I was bored.
I know. I'd never been bored watching a Star Wars movie. Well, I started getting bored watching The Last Jedi. That was when I first experienced boredom in a Star Wars movie. And I remember thinking at the time, I'm like, is it just that I'm getting older now and these movies don't impact me? And I thought, no, because that's not how Star Wars works. That was the reason why Star Wars was so successful, is because it was a multi-generational modern day myth. It was made for all ages to understand it. So I'm like, something is obviously wrong if I'm feeling this much discomfort in a fucking Star Wars movie.
Yep. All right. Here we go. The Rise of Soy Walker.
Bruh. Lucasfilm in name only.
Here's Endor.
Yeah. Or,
or any
the Enchanted Forest, and here's Princess. I never changed my outfit.
Jumping all over the place.
Why can't they give that woman a new outfit? That's what I don't understand. Why can't they ever give her some new clothes, man? I just don't get it. I'm like, you can afford all of this shit, all this fucking marketing, paying all these salaries.
Yeah.
You can't afford a new costume. Is that so that you could recycle last year's costumes and sell those at Halloween? I don't get it.
I have no idea.
Your action figures, you need to differentiate them. Disney.
So they're
only.
Yep. And here we have they really dropped the ball with Finn, man. If they really wanted to do something cool for a supposedly like marginalized group of characters, people, they could have made Finn a badass coming out of The Force Awakens, but they turned him into a bumbling idiot in The Last Jedi, which was fucking ridiculous.
They pushed a lot of those actors aside to make room for more actors. And I'm not saying that you can't have a movie and put some new actors in it, but you don't push the original ones aside, man. That's not how that's supposed to work. You're supposed to have a core group of heroes to follow.
Yep. And they made him a goddamn janitor. They made the dude a goddamn janitor.
And that never made sense to me either. It's like, if he was a janitor, then why did you send him to the surface? What planet were they on again, where they were looking for the the robot and the plans in the beginning of Force Awakens? Let's just
Jakku.
call it Planet MacGuffin. All right,
Or wait,
yeah. Was it Jakku?
Jeddah? No, that was Jeddah and Rogue One. It was Jakku.
The Planet MacGuffin. So you
Yep.
send your janitor packing heat in a fucking troop transport down to Planet MacGuffin to go recover the plans. Seemed like it was a pretty important mission.
Yeah.
I think that you would send your SEAL team down there. You try and tell me that the First Order doesn't have a SEAL team?
Yeah. So why
Military reasons. What the fuck?
And why did all like Phasma and Kylo know him if he's just a janitor? Like, how do they like? It just didn't make any sense. They're like FN 2187, like they know exactly who he is.
Send the janitor down to the planet, and you're wondering why he didn't do his job. Like I said, it seemed like a pretty important fucking mission.
Yeah.
And you send the fucking janitor down there. Right there, that tells you everything you need to know about the First Order.
They sent two of the cooks and the janitor.
Prioritize. They got all these fucking troops, and they're going to send the janitor down to do fucking the Lord's work. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Hey, I picked up another subscriber. We're back up to the 112 mark.
Hell yeah.
All right, there we go.
Mazel
Okay.
tov.
L'chaim. All right. Let's hit play here. There's Ray running across it. And okay, all right. Wait. Wasn't the resistance crushed? There was like 10 people left. They've had time to recruit and sew new uniforms and
maybe they repopulated. They had time to multiply in between. I'm reaching, man. I am.
How long of a time jump is there supposed to be
This
between
here looks like a union meeting right here. It's like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, guys. We're just gonna say fuck it and wing the rest of this movie. All right.
Yep.
So don't tell anybody the plans. It's super top secret. And there's Lando down there in the middle wearing his outfit from Solo.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, come on, man. Like, that's not. I'm sorry, Dong Lover wasn't Solo or wasn't Lando. He's fucking Pando, the toaster fucker.
And the only reason he's wearing that outfit is because they want to tie him to the fucking movie that's such a dumpster fire.
Look over
that
here.
Movie is a dumpster fire.
It was horrible.
It's not as offensive as The Last Jedi. It's just so fucking boring.
What was the beginning? Solo works for a vampire worm who lives in an underground glass house.
Yeah.
That to beat it, all you have to do is break a window.
He's Oliver Twist.
Please, sir, I'd like some more.
I'd like some more.
You want more? Yeah, that was. I was watching that.
Food, glorious food.
That just makes me think of Ice Age because the vultures sing that.
It's a hard knocks life. It's a hard knocks life.
Oh God! All right, let's play a little more of this. All right, and there's Rose Tico.
Yes.
Here's look at.
They managed to get her into the trailer, so they're not worrying about fans anymore. That's for sure.
There she is. Let's see. There's Rose.
I'll probably have to quit Facebook after this fucking dumpster fire is over.
Yeah, I've already.
I mean, at least she's not dressed like a potato sack anymore.
No,
I've seen her. She's actually a very pretty woman.
She
man.
is. Kelly Marie Tran is attractive.
They have to go out of their way to make her look not pretty, and it's because the patriarchy.
Yep,
that's what it is.
It's funny. I think if they wanted to sell a Tico on her looks, they should have killed her off and kept her sister around, because the actress that played her sister was a hell of a lot better looking. But
she's in the movie for like 10 seconds.
Yeah. Yep, and she somehow can avoid the vacuum of space. But we don't need to get into all that right now, because that's once you open those doors, I mean, I'm sorry, she would have been
flying the vehicle equivalent of stunning and brave.
All those bombers.
Right.
All those bombers.
I posted that in one of the groups recently. Yep. I'm like this vehicle is the flying equivalent of stunning and brave, and I had like fucking 80 comments after that, just people laughing at me.
Oh God. Yeah. One wing from a TIE fighter can take out an entire fleet of bombers.
I think the best reply I'd seen on it is like, I think Ryan Johnson wanted to finish his troll job by seeing if he could actually get a sex toy into the fucking Star Wars universe as a vehicle. That works. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Oh God.
All right. So Rose Tico.
Such a fucking headache.
Chewie
right.
and Finn, and here comes one of the Hammerhead Corvettes, and oh, look at here.
It's
This was-
Camino.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot we did that already. See, they've gotten to the point where they can't even come up with an original planet.
Is
Even
it supposed to be Camino?
Even if it's not Camino, it fucking looks like Camino.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like you're not even trying anymore. It's like, well, let's see. We've done all the climates. We've done the jungle. We've done the desert to hell and back. We've done the snow planet. We can't do that no more. We've done the water planet. We've done the lava planet. Fuck, there's nothing left.
No, except here comes Darth Emo.
Yeah, this guy, was supposed to be so cool.
And then he took his helmet off. And
I knew something was wrong back when The Force Awakens came out. This guy was never my favorite character because I always thought it was stupid to have a lightsaber that had little blades shooting out the side.
yeah, I'm like,
why would you do that? Like, I got the double blade thing that Darth Maul had.
Yep.
It's like that was some cold-blooded badass shit,
Yeah.
And it works like a fucking bow staff. I mean, at least the weapons made sense. This shit he got makes no fucking sense at all. It's a crucifix.
It's trash. Just like his character.
Yeah, it's low rent bullshit.
Oh, Adam Driver. Yeah, he's intimidating. All right.
He just always has this look on his face like, I want to ride the pony.
Palpatine's throne. There's some nostalgia.
Game of Thrones.
I wonder if this is like him raising his fleet, the Star Destroyers. I mean, looked like it was underwater though?
That shot, back up just a second. That's probably the only cool thing in the trailer. Back up to that Millennium Falcon shot again.
God damn it. Can I hit it? Right here?
No,
right here.
Right there. Yeah. Go to that and then pause it. That right there, pause that. That's a cool fucking shot. I like that.
That, like I said, the one
looks
thing,
like a shot that belongs in a better movie.
Yep.
and there you can definitely see the round dish. So that they brought back the original Falcon. They're not having the knockoff version of the Falcon with the square dish anymore.
The Millennial Falcon. It's back to the Millennium Falcon.
So here's my prediction. I think I just now figured it out, Pete. They went back and they got Lando just before something happened to the Millennium Falcon. He's on it, and they brought him back before they changed the Falcon. So this is the old Falcon, not the new Falcon. Okay. It's in the time travel shit.
God damn it. Because they were talking about this is another thing. Like they're talking about having like this, like the time travel in here and everything. It's like, do you not realize what damage you did with that stupid that Rebels cartoon where the world beyond worlds and all that?
Never saw it. From what I understand, I'm not missing nothing either.
No, I didn't like Rebels. The Clone Wars I liked. Rebels I watched.
There was a time when it used to be fun to connect all these universes together, but there was also a time before children's cartoons in Star Wars, and when they kind of started doing that and weaving that into the universe, I kind of started checking out a little bit because I watched the Clone Wars when it was the Samurai Jack dude doing the cartoons.
Yeah.
And then when they switched to the 3D thing, I went to go see the Clone Wars movie. Like the first one they were using to kick that off, and I was the only one in the theater. And then when I realized that whole 2-hour movie was just to go rescue Jabba's kid, I was like,
was that Rada?
I think that was I don't remember the name of the character, but it was just a really bad cartoon. And then I tried watching a couple episodes of that Clone Wars, and I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it gets better. I'm old school when it comes to TV shows. If you can't get me engaged in like 4 episodes, I'm done. I have no patience to wait out the boring shit to get to the good stuff. I don't believe in doing that. All right. You have to reel me in. It's very crucial that you reel me in those first couple episodes. If you don't, you've lost me forever.
It's kind of where I am with Batwoman. I'm like, fucking just cancel.
You're a fucking masochist when it comes to Batwoman, dude.
Cancel
You're
this
into self-abuse
fucking show so I don't have to review this.
Get that lucky, man.
No, they're gonna stretch this out for 4 or 5 seasons. I'm gonna review fucking 60 some episodes of Batwoman.
Dumpster fire. You might get 4 seasons out of it just for them to make a statement, but nobody's fucking watching it. I mean,
no, I haven't even got to do my fucking Walking Dead reviews.
Economic law. If there's no fucking audience there, you can't just keep throwing that shit out there and expect it. It'll be on the Friday night circuit by the. It'll be in that Friday night death slot by the end of the month.
Yep. You know what's funny is as bad as that show is, Supergirl's ratings were lower again.
Wow, lower than
show-
Batwoman.
Supergirl is such a fucking horrible
And that
show.
was actually getting praised when it first came out. I remember some people were saying that was pretty good, but it's got. I know it's gotten really woke. A lot of people told me it's just full.
Well, they booted it off of CBS after one season. CBS was like, no, we don't want this
now
trash.
It's a CW special.
Yep, CW. Greg Berlanti, fucking paint by numbers. Greg Berlanti is like the broke ass Kevin Feige. Like,
CW stands for comically woke, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much accurate.
Okay, criminally woke, critically woke.
Yeah, critically woke is about it. All right, so this we've established.
So that shot, that's the only shot I like in this whole trailer. That one right there, it just looks cool.
Yeah. All right.
And that's not Chewie.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, Chewie died when Peter Mayhew died.
Yep. What the fuck? There's the hairdryer droid.
Yeah.
Like, did they? Who was gonna buy that piece of shit? Who's gonna buy that?
Him connected to something to pilot something or act. I'm assuming that he's connected to access some kind of information because that's usually what they do with C-3PO. Plug him into the hyperdrive, and he didn't talk to the Falcon.
And now
the
it's
Falcon
canon.
Who now has it's canon that he has
LL337.
The Falcon has Leet as a fucking soul in it.
Yep.
All right, now pause this.
Yeah, there's the space horses.
We have to figure this out if they're on a spaceship or are they on a planet.
All right, let's go back here. Play it.
That scene recycled from Force Awakens.
This is all Phantom Menace stuff with the racing.
That was a one. Okay, right here. Now, are they on the deck of a fucking starship? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a fucking a Star Destroyer in the background.
Yep. All right, because watch, we get an overhead shot.
If they're riding fucking vehicles on the top of a fucking spaceship, then that tells you everything you need to know about this movie.
Right here.
Right here.
This is their goddamn ships in air.
Dude, they're on a fucking ship.
You can't ride a fucking horse on the deck of a Star Destroyer in open space. What the fuck?
You know, I realized that, and this is probably their loophole around doing, because you know, we've established this a long time ago, woke SJW types they're not very smart when it comes to writing and creatively making things. And I think that might just be a product of a generation too.
Yeah.
We got this whole generation of people that are just not very creative because they took away things like creative writing in school to make room for more, you know, football uniforms and shit like that.
Yeah.
This is a result of that. Now, their loophole is probably like, well, Lucas broke the laws of science when he had sound in space.
Yeah.
That's that, okay? This is pushing it too far. Riding fucking horses on the deck of a fucking ship. It hurts my soul watching this. Those are deck plates and they're on a fucking ship.
I mean, look at you're
fucking damn it, dude.
You're on one of the Imperial class Star Destroyers and you got one, two.
When you said when you read the script, you're like, I'll totally do this. Star Wars fans will love it, dude.
And he's got like hundreds of these Star Destroyers, and they're all like it's like his Sith fleet, which I think is.
And this feels like a fuck you too, because it's like, you know, they made this movie in post Last Jedi fan divide. Okay, so you know people were already disillusioned with this franchise, and it's not just a few trolls.
No, it's not.
Anymore, right? There is a huge group of people that have fallen off of this fucking franchise, and it hurts me to walk away from it. But at the same time, it doesn't hurt as much because I know it's not really Star Wars. As far as I'm concerned, when Lucas left it, it wasn't really Star Wars anymore. It's not coming from inside anymore. It's coming from here. All right. It's coming from trying to reproduce money and not recreate feelings or even give anybody a compelling story or a reason to go sit in a movie theater and watch this fucking travesty. And I'm not forcing myself to do it. I can't do it anymore. I can't take that much more abuse from this fucking company. I can't. I'm already going to go see fucking Terminator Dark Fate. I'm going to need all of my strength just to get through that. I'm not sitting through this shit too. I'm wearing my fucking Star Wars shirt. I'm a fucking fan. I feel nothing. This scene right here is just an ultimate fuck you.
Yep. You might as well just have like 4 Ewoks knocking an AT-AT over by pushing it.
And I'm sure that they've got some grand plan to explain why they can do this.
Oh,
but
well,
it's not something you should show in a trailer because it doesn't look good.
Well, there's an atmospheric force field that maintains oxygen on the deck of the Star Destroyer.
It's the force. It's the force. The force keeps the air from getting out.
Yep.
Or maybe the animals can breathe in space, and then if you sit on the animal, I don't know. They're going to have some stupid fucking explanation for it. I already know. Nothing that they tell me is going to surprise me at this point. But yeah, they're definitely on the deck of a ship. That's not on a planet.
Mm-hmm. It's fucking ridiculous, man. Like these people think that like this is gonna fly. Like people are just and it's already started. Like the dork side of the force on Facebook.
Actually, now that I look at it, they might not actually be in space. They look like they're in the atmosphere, but still, man, riding on the fucking deck of a ship on horses.
Like that's a suicide mission, basically, is what you're doing, is a suicide mission. And ain't none of them gonna die unless there's an ancillary character or two in there. Is that BB-8 rolling next to these fucking horses?
I'm sure. Yeah,
come on.
Beach ball not quite astromech beach ball.
Yeah. What a worthless fuck. I can't even, like I said, I laughed because I watched I subscribed to the Den of Nerds channel, and I watched that guy's reaction to this, and I'm like, what the fuck trailer are you watching, dude? Like, are you that much of a soy boy? And
I'll tell you what, if you want to see a funny fucking video, the funniest one I watched last night was President Abu Nas.
I'll check it out.
Fatal, and I can't remember the other guys. Fox 19 something or other broke this thing down, and they had me fucking cutting the fuck up, man. I was in stitches. They were just, because once you get Abu Nas pissed off, there's just no stopping him.
Yeah,
he is a force to be reckoned with.
Yup. But yeah, man, they're riding fucking horses on the deck of a Star Destroyer that's lifting into orbit. Okay, like what are you gonna do? What are you and your fucking?
So what
horses?
we're doing is we're recreating those scenes, Pete, from Avengers. When they were doing the shit with the fucking the helicarriers.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. Except we're gonna step it up. We're gonna have them riding mystical beasts.
JJ's like, oh yeah, watch this. We'll do a trench run with horsies. we're gonna blow. There's an exhaust port. If there's an exhaust
I'm
port,
willing to say that those animals that they're riding on are the ones that they freed from fucking
Canto Bite.
Canto Bite, yeah. So they can tie back to Canto Bite.
Ryan Johnson's
That's like, all this movie is. All this movie is J.J. Abrams. I don't want to say poor J.J. Abrams because he ain't fucking poor. All right.
No.
It's J.J. Abrams sitting there saying, how can I connect all of this shit together and get the job done? That's all the fuck it is. He's literally sitting there. It's like, okay, that scene from A Beautiful Mind when he's got the board with all the yarn and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
That's how he made this script. He tied all these things together in the most convoluted way you can possibly think of.
Yep. Ruin Johnson just sitting back going, look, they're using my horsies. They're using my horsies.
He's probably thinking it's stunning and brave.
It's so stunning and so brave. He's using
because when people like that watch movies, they're not looking at plot, story, character development. No. All they want to know is that, well, there's special effects in there. Check. There's this character. Check. There's this X amount of color people in there. Check. There's, you know what I mean? It's just checking the boxes, man. Checklists. That's how movies are made now. Kind of just check out all the fucking boxes.
If you don't check the boxes, then you're not making a movie. You're a bigot. You're a racist, and you're a fascist.
Because it's 2019. That's
because of 2019. That's what it boils down to. Let's get back to some horsies on the deck of a Star Destroyer. Because that's fucking
wild horses couldn't take me away.
Desperado. Why don't you come to
You've been out riding Star
Destroyers for too long. Oh, you better let somebody use the force on you.
And demonetized.
Yeah. On fucking Desperado. Ain't that a bitch? All right, let's see here. Oh, are the horsies shooting at the TIE fighters? The horsey shoot lasers
Does
out
he
of
ever
there.
have another emotion other than
No, and this is like the last scene of the trailer. Like, I don't mind seeing Daisy Ridley's face, but I'm just my only thought at the end was, oh God, is this it? That was
when I
it.
watched this? This was the only reaction I could get was just, and I never wanted to get to that point. You
No.
know, I really had high expectations going in. I didn't have a lot of expectations going into The Force Awakens, but after I came out of it, I thought, oh, they're setting up something really interesting. And I was one of the few people that, when they announced that they were going to just disband the EU and just come
Yeah.
up with new things, I was actually kind of excited. I'm like, oh, well, then they can do anything. And then I realized that they weren't really thinking about what they wanted to do. They wanted to open, they wanted to reduce the boundaries, and I was okay with that idea, you know,
Mhm.
to not be restrained by the boundaries of the universe and the way that everything has to connect. But when you're systematically borrowing elements from things that you like and cherry picking it just to make it work because you don't really have an original idea, that's where you done fucked up.
Yep. That's their problem is they're out. And I was on a thread the other day and somebody's like, all you fucking EU guys are just fucking idiots. It's like, what?
We're not really EU guys.
We're not really EU guys. I'm like, I don't really know admittedly that much about the EU, but what I do know is that a lot of the shit they're doing is cherry picked. It's like they're going
I
from,
will admit this, that, you know, okay, I'm also into Star Trek. Yes, believe it or not, some people can be into both things. Okay, I'm also into Star Trek. Star Trek, the universe of Star Trek doesn't have any of those restrictions. Whereas I always appreciated the fact that Lucas had it in play that everything had to be connected. Like, you know, you couldn't just kill off a character and then bring him back later or pretend like he didn't die. There was no retcons, or everything had to be fucking connected. The video games, the cartoons, the books, the comic books, everything. So that way, if you were reading a piece of it, you were expecting it to fit into the same universe. So all of the fans that you advertised this to and wanted to come back and go see, you wanted our fucking money. You didn't want our longevity. You wanted to bring in new people. You watch something, you have expectations because they've been set up years before you even attempted to make this. And that's my problem with things that have been happening since Ghostbusters. All right, go all the way back to Ghostbusters 2016.
ugh.
If you're gonna go and make something in that universe, you need to respect the universe that's in front of you. If you can't fucking work within those confines, then you ought not be doing it.
In the case of Ghostbusters, Paul Feig doesn't know how to. Paul Feig is an idiot. I'm sorry. He's
Paul
a
Feig's
fucking
an idiot. And
and
you know what? It is possible to go back into a universe and respect it and make a good sequel. A
Yep.
perfect example is Blade Runner 2049. There's a guy that understood the original, didn't differentiate from the formula, still created a compelling story. Unfortunately, nobody fucking went to go see it because Blade Runner's subjective. It's not for everybody. But for people that are Blade Runner fans, you love Blade Runner 2049 because it fits in that universe. It was a compelling story. You went forward with it. You didn't go backwards. You didn't retcon. You didn't disrespect the fucking fans. None of that.
That's what pisses me off the most about all this shit is like they think now the best way to get an existing IP over with a reboot is to just shit on the fan base that built it. Just come out, call them a bunch of pale, male, stale.
You're always thinking you can shed one fan base for another fan base, and it doesn't work like that. Kids now, your son included. All right, you have a multitude of different things you can be into now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when you and I were younger, there wasn't this many things to pick from. You know, I mean, we had things for sure, but not as many. The kids, your kid watches YouTube videos. Okay, I didn't even have a VCR until I was in my teens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't have access. All it was whatever the fuck was on TV. I had a record player and my action figures. That was my fucking universe.
Yep.
I had early video games. I had an Intellivision 2. That was my first video game system.
Nice.
You know? I mean, you didn't have all the kids have access to everything now. And
my kid has his 4 years old, has his own Netflix account.
There you go. He's got constant access to everything. They don't need Star Wars anymore. So what is this phantom audience that you're marketing towards?
They're trying. They're reaching for that woke crowd that doesn't want anything to do
They
with
don't
it.
buy stuff.
They don't spend money.
You
They
proved
bitch
it a
on
million
Twitter.
times. They don't buy stuff, man. They don't fucking pay for this shit.
That's all they do is they bitch on Twitter. And I fired some shots at the Raylos on Twitter. I was trying to rile them up yesterday. I was. Did you see those memes I posted? I don't know if you did or not.
Perfect example was your Batwoman review, dude. When you did Batwoman the 1st time, and you exposed the drama on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Where were the people that were defending the show? You didn't see them in the comments. All you saw was and so they'd like, oh well, this is just all trolls. I'm like, well, where's the legitimate reviews then? Where are they at? Nobody's saying they can't fucking leave a review.
There's a couple.
You had all
of them
for Captain Marvel, but you didn't have any of that for fucking Batwoman.
Yep.
So even they knew it was fucking trash too. That's why.
Oh yeah, this show's bad, man. Like I said, my wife.
You can't just say, you can't just defend something in the name of politics. It has to be good entertainment as well.
You can't say that. Then you're against lesbians. No, it's a fucking stupid show. The character's garbage. They shit on Batman every chance they get. I can sit there and I can review the entire episode, and I don't have to bring up her sexuality or who she chooses to have as her partner. But they interject that into the story for like shock value. Like her stepsister sitting there at the table, and she's like, "Well, can we just talk about Kate's ex-girlfriend being married to a man? Maybe she's bi. Maybe she's polyamorous. Maybe she's blah blah blah." And I'm like, this doesn't even make sense for the story.
That's a pattern of behavior I see with the SJW types too. It's like they can't elevate their own heroes without making another hero look horrendously bad.
Yes.
That's how they prop up their heroes. It's like in your case of Batwoman's badass because Batman's an asshole and left everybody. Right? Am I wrong? So
That's
people
exactly
that are
what they're
DC
doing.
fans, you've already fucking dumped them when you did that.
Yep. And that's a lot of the complaints is like, well, she doesn't want a man to take credit for a woman's work and, all this shit. But she's using everything that was Batman's. Make the suit fit me. Then it'll be perfect. No. This is it's a ridiculous show. Like I said, man, Rachel Skarsten's, she's kicking ass on there as Alice. That's like the only really compelling character. Dougray Scott that plays Jacob Kane, Kate's dad. Like I said, this is the dude that was supposed to play Wolverine, but he got injured, and Huey Jackman ended up with the part. And you say his dude's kicking himself in the ass now. Nah, my motherfucking Batwoman.
He didn't know that was going to go that.
Hugh Jackman had 18
back then,
years.
most Marvel movies were dumpster fires,
Yep.
so he probably didn't think it was going to go anywhere. But yeah, back to Star Wars again, though. You did the same thing with The Last Jedi when you not only killed Luke Skywalker, you had to destroy everything that he stood for. Yep. And you had to do that so that you could prop Rey up. And honestly, I don't remember anybody hating Rey prior to 2017.
Nope.
I don't remember that discussion being out there. I remember there was a lot of speculation as to who she was. And you know what? I missed that. That was kind of fun for a while. Now we're at the point where we don't honestly fucking care who Rey is anymore because you put us off so much from the last movie that we don't give a shit who she is anymore. You had to go and destroy the hero of the previous universe to prop her up. That was a fucking crime against humanity right there. You did not need to do that. If he would have just trained her to be his replacement, I'd have been fine with that.
Yeah.
That's where we all thought it was going to go, right? It's like, okay, so he's assuming the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi or Yoda, and he's taking it upon himself. He's going to be reluctant at first, but eventually he will train her. Never happened. That moment is gone.
And somebody said that this morning on Dork Side of the Force. They're like, oh, well, spare me the Luke Skywalker hero's journey because he was the original Mary Sue. I'm like, have you ever seen the original trilogy before? How is the dude that gets his ass whipped, gets his hand cut off, how is he a Mary Sue? He wasn't perfect. He was never perfect. I mean, I don't.
Go back and watch Excalibur. It's the same. The journey of King Arthur is identical to Luke Skywalker's journey. Where do you think that journey came from? It came from lore, myth, the hero's journey. Those things were in play before Star Wars was even fucking thought up. Lucas borrowed elements from our history to make these modern day fairy tales. And yes, they are fairy tales, but even in a fairy tale, things can still make sense. Jedi are not invincible. All right. They had a set of rules that Ryan Johnson decided to break that fucking shit up too, and everybody was so excited that he broke all those boundaries, not realizing he broke the whole fucking universe. Sometimes you have to have boundaries in place in order for a universe to even work. So here we are. Now we're just like we're bitter fans that are wondering what stupid fucking thing they're going to do, because I have no desire to see this movie. I will not pay for it. If a couple of friends of mine go see it and they say it's good, you're going to go see it, right, Pete?
Star Wars? No.
Yeah, you're not going to this one. Okay.
No.
If some people I know in my immediate circle tell me it's decent, depending on who tells me, because there was a couple of my friends, and I'm not going to say who they are. Some of my friends said, "Yeah, you should totally go see Solo," and I watched it. And I was just like, "No, dude, this wasn't it." All right, this fucking Orville Redenbacher guy is not my Han Solo. All right, so,
Alden Peckerwood.
I wanted to see the roguish fucking scoundrel that he was supposed to be, because in most of Star Wars movies, he was always the reluctant hero. So I wanted to see him actually be a douchebag. We didn't get that movie.
No, we got him getting cucked out by his girl in the movie, and just looking like a complete fucking ineffectual idiot.
Emilia Clarke, who has been boring in every fucking movie
she's
I've ever
not
seen.
Good.
She's good looking, but she's not good actress. She's a very boring, flat, one-note actress. She's lifeless. She just does not bring any energy into the Star Wars universe. I wanted to see more from the one that got killed at the beginning. What was her name? I can't think of her name right now because it's early and I'm tired and I'm not.
I can't think of it.
Thandie Newton.
Oh, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen more Thandie Newton. You wasted the good actor to make room for Emilia Clarke, because Game of Thrones is so big. Thandie Newton is amazing in Westworld. I would have loved to have seen way more her in that Star Wars movie and more Woody Harrelson than what we got.
Yes.
Woody was at least trying, man. He was trying, but he couldn't save that fucking dumpster fire.
Yeah, he said that he wanted a spin-off based on his character and that. I'm like, no.
Get in line with the spin-offs, man.
Stop.
Fucking get in line. All right.
Fucking stop.
Okay, so you're getting Disney Plus, right? Are you all pumped for the fucking Cassian Andor series?
Oh,
you want to see Disney Plus just for the Mandalorian, and
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I hope it is something, man. I really do. I hope the Mandalorian is something, because it just, once this movie's over, that's my biggest fear, man. Is once this movie's over, there's nowhere else to go. There's fucking nowhere else to go. The only way you could bring this universe back is give me some more stuff like Rogue One, something similar to that, or bring in a new cast of characters with all new arcs, written by somebody that knows how to write. Knows how to entertain. You know who you go get? You go get fucking Ronald D. Moore. He's the guy that did a lot of the Next Generation, and he did the entirety of Battlestar Galactica, the reboot.
Okay.
You bring him into the Star Wars universe and give him the fucking keys of the kingdom, he'll give you a decent adult Star Wars movie.
And that's what we need. That's what we really need.
Anything, it just, because I'm willing to come back to it. I'm willing to give this franchise a second chance, but I have to see the right people in charge, and Jar Jar Abrams ain't doing it for me anymore.
Well, we know he's gone because he knew this movie was going to be shit, or he wouldn't have signed that. He would have stayed on. He wouldn't have signed a $220 million deal with Warner Brothers.
He needed the fucking money, and either that, or maybe they blackmailed him into doing this fucking thing, because it seemed to me like a lot of people just didn't want it. Do you get that vibe that after The Last Jedi, a lot of people just wanted to touch it? And I don't blame Colin Trevorrow for wanting to fuck off after the Last Jedi. It's like, after seeing that fucking travesty, it's like there's nowhere else to go. He knew that it was creatively bankrupt. At that point, you literally ruined a franchise that had been going for 7 fucking movies.
Yep, you fucking
8 or 9 if you include Solo and in Rogue One. You fucked that up that bad.
And the holiday special. The holiday special is better
I'd
than the
rather
Last
they
Jedi.
made the holiday special. I would. I'd come back for that. I'd rather sit through the holiday special than the Last Jedi. At least that is numbingly entertaining in a bad way.
It's got
Right?
Boba Fett. It's got Boba Fett.
It's got Chewbacca.
I would much rather watch it. It's got Chewbacca's
It's got
son.
Luke Skywalker with a hell of a lot of bronzer on.
What was Chewie's kid's name? I can't
Lumpy?
remember. Lumpy. Something like Lumpy.
Lumpy and itchy, and yeah. It's
God.
more entertaining than this, man. This trailer. This is the final trailer. This is the one that's supposed to get, even the final trailer for Halloween, which is a movie I know that you despise. Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
The final trailer for that got me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was good. All right. Now I don't hate that movie like you do. I think it's okay. I don't think it's great. Okay. So I like it a little bit more than you do. But that first trailer for Halloween did not work for me. All right. The second trailer, the final trailer for Halloween, I was like, oh, that looks like it might be actually pretty badass. And I went to go see it based on that. This final trailer is garbage.
Yeah.
It's fucking trash. We
does
broke down why it's trash. We just literally we combed through it and showed you why it's trash.
Yeah, I'm not.
What?
I'm not
That's why your last trailer was 50% member berries. This is already looking like it's in bad shape.
Yep.
And I have a feeling that maybe a lot of people will go see it out of curiosity. But I'm predicting right now, I need to put my Swami hat on. Yeah.
This is the problem I see with this is it's going to embolden Disney if this movie, because I believe this movie will unfortunately make money. Because there's enough normies that are gonna go spend money on it. So
we gotta do this right, man. We gotta be professionals here. All right. I'm predicting it's gonna have like a massive drop off, like right after the first fucking showing, like probably even worse than the Last Jedi.
I hope it does. Like I said, I just don't want the normies to go out and push this thing over like $1 billion, and they're like, see, look, it's a hit. You take that, haters, like with Captain Marvel. Take that, haters and trolls.
I don't think this is going to get that. I don't think this is a war that I think most of them, even if they're completely fucking retarded, realize this is a war they can't win.
Yeah,
it's not a hill they can climb. See, with Marvel, it's a little bit different because those movies have been beloved for the last decade, and they've been dominating the box office. So that was an easy win for them to climb on top. This one here, I don't know, man.
No.
For a movie that's coming out in like a matter of weeks at this point,
yeah,
I'm not seeing the enthusiasm. I'm not seeing it from the other side. I'm sure there's some people that are,
I've been waiting to see those reaction videos with dudes fucking crying and shit. You go, oh my god!
Obviously, that guy had a few problems, but and I don't want to dog on that guy, but I know that there's some people that are like that, and that's fine if you like a thing. All right, understand? I like the fandom menace. Most of them, okay. Some of them are really good friends of mine. Like this knucklehead over here. We don't hate you if you like this.
Nah. I'm gonna make fun of you for crying and shit over a trailer. I'm gonna make fun of you.
If you enjoy this and you have a good time, fine.
Yep.
But by that same token, respect us that don't like this, that don't recognize this, that don't understand it. I don't really have a problem with it because, like I've said many times, you can tell from behind me I'm a huge Terminator fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first two movies, I'm a fan of the movies. I'm not a fan of the franchise.
Yeah.
Everything past T2 is a pile of shit.
Oh, well, Genesis and Salvation.
None of the sequels to this Jaws, none of the fucking Jaws sequels are worth a shit. They did gradually get worse each fucking movie. They're terrible. They didn't need to exist. Most sequels, man, are not meant to be part of a story or another chapter. Star Wars was one of the first ones that did that.
Mm.
But most sequels are just designed to get just to make more money. They're not necessarily with Lucas. He did something different. He had a story that he wanted to tell, and each different episode was a different part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you like prequels, whether you like Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back is all subjective. All right. But he was telling a story. He was one of the first ones that did that. Most sequels, they're just trying to recreate moments, get your ass in the seat, and then hit a bunch of different beats. It's not necessarily a next chapter in the story. With Terminator, it's just each movie is another creatively inventive way, if you want to call it creative anymore, to get the robots to come back so that you can go see the same fucking movie you've already seen 2 or 3 times. With Dark Fate, I get the same fucking vibe. With Star Wars, they're just throwing shit against the wall to see what will stick.
I was listening. I just had to mute my mic for a second because I heard something out in the hallway. I just want to make sure there wasn't any fires or anything out there. I heard some yelling, and I opened the door and I asked the kid if everything was all right, and he's, yeah, it was my tablet. Oh, okay. How the hell is it that loud? He was walking by my door though.
Uno moment.
Yeah, but yeah, they're not doing any favors to anybody with this trailer. It's not good. They're just making this. I don't know. They're just building in arguments for the fans, But like Groove said, I have no problem if you like this movie, but don't come at me with some garbage if I tell you I don't want to see it.
Don't call us a bunch of fucking incels just because we like a fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm tired of you saying it's 2019 this and it's 2019 that.
Yep.
I'm telling you, it's going to be 2020 soon. It's time for you to understand that you can have differing opinions and still get along.
Yeah.
We all just get along. I mean, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you people? You can have disagreements and not have to go at each other's throats over this shit.
And I've used this example time and time again, but that's like me and Alex. That our entire friendship started over us disagreeing on Thor Ragnarok. And I kind of come around, and after I told him, I was like, you were right. You were absolutely right. He said it's gonna fuck Thor up. He said that is gonna make Thor. Look what it did to him in Endgame, and then look at Thor 4, what they're doing now with Taika Waititi, who directed Ragnarok. And everybody thinks that movie's so great because it made money. And I'm like, I thought it was funny, but I didn't really think about the damage it did to the character moving forward.
At no point have I ever had the need to tell you that there's something wrong with you because you like a Rob Zombie movie. Absolutely not. If you like that and you find entertainment in it, cool. If I don't, you can respect me. I can respect you. You're a wrestling guy. It's not my thing.
It's funny. And it's funny because like I was a wrestler and I was a wrestling fan for 30 some years, and I can't stand professional wrestling now. And I feel bad because everybody's like Loudy's always like, there's a couple matches that he's given me that I really want to check out because the guys are talented, but I have trouble sitting down and watching wrestling now. I really do, because it's like I after not being in it, and I don't even. Like, I tried to watch a little bit of the AEW show that's on Wednesday nights now, new promotion. I'm like, I was all excited because it used to be on what WCW was on, and I'm checking it out. I'm like, I watched like 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't even watch wrestling anymore. I don't enjoy it. It's like watching the NBA to me. It's like, I used to enjoy it. I used to think it was fun. I used to love basketball. And now I'm just like,
it's something I've been going through my entire life. Being in the geek circle for my entire life, everybody assumes that I'm into anime because I'm into all these other. Well, if you're into Star Wars and you're into video games, you obviously like anime. You look at my room, you see behind me, I got Alita poster on the wall, and I got a manga right in the background there, the Alita manga. That's a comic book. That's okay. I don't like anime that animation style. I'm not into that. I've tried to get into it over the years. Most of it's just so fucking batshit bonkers insane that I start laughing at it. I'm not shitting on it. It's not my thing, and that's literally how I got into this fandom menace to begin with. I waited for months before I said anything because I saw the discourse online, man, over a fucking movie. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. So then I thought my words out carefully. I'm like, well, I've just decided after this length of time that I'm just going to part ways with Star Wars. It's not going in a direction that I'm really crazy about anymore. And that's literally all I said. I didn't shit on it. And then that wasn't good enough. People would say, I want to know why. I want to know why. Friends of mine that I'd known for years, I want you to list out the reasons. I'm like, really? That's what you want to do? So then I listed out every fucking bullet point that I didn't like about the movie. And then he had to go and each single one defend. Very next day, unfriended, blocked. Are you fucking kidding me? I wasn't even arguing with the guy.
Yep.
And then the next thing is, and I'm seeing all of this, just this meltdown and discourse going on over that. And I'm like, because I just came and said, I don't want to watch I don't care where this franchise is going anymore. You've now lumped me into this group of people that I've never associated myself with before. And that sucks.
You're an alt-right Trump
I'm
supporter
an
now.
alt-right incel Trump supporter.
You're an alt-right Trump supporter now, damn it. Hang on. I got let me grab you a MAGA hat here. Hang on, I got one for you.
Right? Like, I'm not.
Like seriously, it's
I
like
am not. I did not.
And everybody, that's like the immediate thing is like, I don't ever discuss politics on here outside of like identity politics and entertainment, but it's like that just gets you're alt-right. Do you know me? Do you even fucking know me? No, I am not.
And prior to 2016, I don't remember. I voted in a few elections. Okay, yep. I'm not gonna say which way I swing because it's nobody's fucking business.
No,
I mean,
that's what guys like us grew up with.
I've never judged a person based on their politics because I don't think it's right. It's
No.
you shouldn't judge somebody based on their religion or their sexual orientation or the fucking color of their skin. You shouldn't do it. So I have friends of mine that are Trump supporters. I don't give a shit.
Yep, don't matter to me.
I didn't vote for the guy. Doesn't mean you can't vote for the guy. If you believe in him and he represents where you want to go, that's cool. The reason you have an election is so that somebody wins the competition.
Yep.
Whether or not he won fairly is subjective, but the point is you have the right to go out and vote for whoever the hell you want to. And I don't judge anybody watching my channel based on where their politics stand. I don't care.
I miss when people didn't talk about their politics publicly.
It's prior to social media, man. It's like we go out to bars and shit, we talk, and it's like, like I had this discussion with my mom. It's like there used to be a time where you could go into a bar and sit there and say, okay, I just see that new movie this weekend, that new Star Wars one. I was like, yeah, I don't really care for it. Oh, well, why not? It's like, well, I didn't really like the story that much. Oh, okay. And then you move on to the next topic. Yep. It doesn't end with you hitting the other guy over the head with a beer bottle.
Because you didn't like the freaking fact you thought Rose Tico was a shitty character. You're just a racist.
Because why are you an incel?
You're an incel. You're afraid of strong women. Incel. Oh God!
Don't respect the women. That's why we make these jokes because how many times have you heard that fucking? I had a friend of mine that I was on a Star Wars podcast with back in 2010, and he came in my fucking Facebook group and he started ragging on everybody's like, well, I see a bunch of misogynist, blah, 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 blah. Ugh. And he decided to preach to us. And I'm like, remember when you and I used to get on the air every weekend and talk about Star Wars? He's like, well, that was a long time ago. I'm like, huh. Out.
Yep. See you later. See you later.
So that it's like all I could think of was like, one of those little cartoons where there's like a little guy and he's shrinking, he's yelling at you, and as he gets smaller, he just keeps going. Yep. This is me.
I just think of like Goosebumps too, where the gummy bear is stuck to the door and the kid just goes and flicks the gummy bear off the door after they shrink them all back down. Yeah.
I'm like,
fuck out of here.
Once you start repeating those same fucking lines that I've heard over and over and over again, I'm like, okay, so you want to play that game. Come back and see me when you grow up and realize that we're all just people. We're all shitty people. We all have our problems, our flaws. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean you're an incel or a bad person.
You're just a piss baby.
You don't have to blind. And you know what? A lot of these movies have been constructed around market research, and market research says that people blindly follow brands. I was talking about Apple earlier.
Yep.
iPhone's like, well, people respect our brand. They know that logo. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We've allowed this to happen in society.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've conditioned ourselves for disappointment to where they've gotten to the point to where they will tell you what you like. Yep. And I'm starting to see a turnaround, especially in recent days with the way these movies are performing at the box office. People are wanting story over substance.
Joker.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's a movie that never should have done good at the box office. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood dominated at the fucking box office for a long time, and it makes me happy that movie did well. Rambo did good. That movie creatively should have failed. These movies are doing better because people are tired of being told what they're supposed to like, and they're making. I'm glad people are finally standing up and saying, you know what, I want more. I deserve more. And you do. People deserve better than what we're getting.
Absolutely.
I don't think that it's wrong for you to get up and be able to say, I want better than this crap.
No.
How many times have you heard the argument, Pete? Well, if you don't support this, then there'll be no Star Wars at all. Fine. I'd rather have no Star Wars than bad Star Wars.
As far as I'm concerned, they could have just killed it off in 2012, left it where it was, and I would have been perfectly fine with the prequels, the EU, and the original trilogy.
Or if they would have not done a 7, 8, and 9, and would have just done stuff like Rogue One and Solo, I can forgive a Star Wars movie not being great.
Yeah,
I can forgive that. Attack of the Clones is not great.
And it's funny too, because like Attack of the Clones was objectively bad, but I still can find so many things in that movie there like.
Are things to enjoy in there. There's the fight with Count Dooku and Yoda. There's the whole fucking Trade Federation war with the clone army. I mean, there are moments. Christopher fucking Lee is a villain. I mean,
every scene with Ewan McGregor in it, he lifts up every scene he's in.
He brings something extra to it. He really did.
Count Dooku is my favorite character in the entire Star Wars mythos. That is my guy. He has been my guy. I just do not.
Mine is Darth Maul, but and everybody's like, and then that's why a close buddy of mine is like, well, you should go see it. He's like, even with the Darth Maul scene, you didn't like Solo. I'm like, it's the way that they introduced it.
It didn't do anything.
It was odd. It was weird. And it wasn't the Darth Maul that I remember. You know what I mean? It's like there's so much of this nostalgia trip shit going on right now that it's getting kind of out of hand. Yeah. It's like I don't want to see everything remade, rebooted, and brought back unless you can bring something interesting to it. Yeah. Unless you can give me another Blade Runner 2049, or Cobra Kai. There's another example where you could reboot something and make it good. Bring back the characters, but don't change them. You know what I mean? Show them how they've had to adapt to the fucking world around them. That's interesting to me. If you can bring something interesting to it, absolutely can do this. But if you're just recreating nostalgia for the sake of money,
that doesn't work.
We can see through that shit. We're smarter than that.
Miss me with that shit, Lucasfilm.
But we're just a bunch of neckbeards, Pete. What do we know?
I'm an incel. I must be an alt-right incel.
Misogynist
incel. Baby. There you go. So I think this is a good place to end it right here, man. Thank you, Fatal J, for stopping by, and anybody else watching this in the future. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and do me a favor and go on over to this guy's channel and subscribe to Raiders of the Lost Flicks, and check out RaidersOfTheLostFlicks.com.
And I apologize, I haven't put any content out recently. I've been feeling very under the weather, so I'm just dragging myself through this stream here. So content is going to be coming to my channel, probably some more live stuff, and I'm also going to get another watch party going. I think that's probably the proper way to get things kicked off and going again. So there will be another watch party on my channel. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but I promise content is coming. I've been not feeling good, guys.
Yeah, that's it, man. And I haven't hit that yet to where I've been like, I haven't even felt like it, because I've been, I've been close a couple times where I'm just like, I don't want to, and I got to drag myself through a video, and I feel bad because I don't want my subscribers to think I'm just mailing it in. I would rather
something else, man. It's like with the Star Wars stuff. It's like, how many times can you watch me on a video say, yeah, I'm not excited about Star Wars? I mean, I'm getting to the point to where I'm running out of things to say that I haven't said already. And I don't want to be like some channels, and I'm not calling anybody out, where they're just saying the same shit over and over and over again. It's just hate. I already get accused of being a hater. I'm not going to just make a video just to hate on something just because it's popular. I want to have something to bring to it and say, okay, this is good, but maybe if you went this way, it would be better. I don't have nothing. I feel nothing for this movie. It's hard for me to even do a trailer reaction. My trailer reaction was on the show with you last night.
Yep. And now I've got to do another one because they dropped the last trailer for Charlie's Angels.
Oh,
so I was like, motherfucker, I've got to come on.
The only thing is you get a little bit of a reprieve. I have to go see Terminator Dark Fate the day after Halloween.
Yeah, see,
there's my tickets at noon for November 1st, and I'm dreading it.
You'll be able to suffer in the theater alone, though, probably.
Oh, I don't think anybody's gonna be in there, man. I'm going there hoping that there's fucking nobody there. But there's a particular theater that I like to go to in Wesley Chapel because they really enforce the do not talk policy.
Yeah.
More than other theaters do, so that helps.
I know. I'm gonna. Charlie's Angels comes out the 15th of November.
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna be
get a 2-week reprieve.
I'm gonna be out of town that weekend for family reasons, so I won't be even have internet access where I'm at. But I'll probably go see it early the next week, in between the podcast episodes, so I can do a review and, or I might even wait till the following weekend.
You're so stunning and brave, Pete.
You know, at least I can say this. At least there's a couple attractive women in the movie. What's up, buddy? What's
For a
that?
second, I thought Pennywise was walking into the
You have
room.
to go potty? Okay, go on across the hall. I'll be right there. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 10 of About Last Night, and I have to go help somebody go potty. So for my brother from another mother, the Groovinator, I'm Etep Wakuyan from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous, and remember, if I don't see you, have a good day and a pleasant tomorrow.
Peace.
Gotta go potty, Dad. The light.